The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman women's basketball coach Mike Mincey, I'm Michael Watring, and this is the Eagles Sports Network. On Saturday, Carson-Newman will face off against Wingate for the regular season championship in the South Atlantic Conference. And, Coach, despite what happened on Wednesday, a win on Saturday, you're the outright champs. Conversely, a loss on Saturday, and after the great season you've had, and Wingate is the regular season champs. What do you do as a coach? What's the message to the team to get them ready for the Bulldogs?
You know, it's just talking to various people today. You know, you talk about at the beginning of the year, if you say you're going to be 25-2, you're going to be 17-2 in the league, and you're going to play a home game at the end of the year against Wingate to try to win the league outright. You know, would you take it? Absolutely, we would take it. You know, basketball is a long season. It's 28 games long, and to right now be at a point where we're 25-2, regardless of what happened Wednesday night. I mean, yeah, you know, you never want to lose, and you don't enjoy it, but it happens. And sometimes when you don't shoot it well and you don't defend well, you know, you're gonna suffer a loss. And so, but still, you know, what we've done over the whole season. Very proud of our group and our team. It's been a special one, and now we get to come down to playing a meaningful game, a very meaningful game. Saturday against Wingate to see who's going to be the number one seed coming out of our conference.
I think when you lost at Wingate, a lot could have still happened, but I think both teams still circled this date with a thought in mind that this would be for the championship. Well, it's here now. You get a couple days of prep. What do you try to work on to get ready for the game?
Wingate, you know, it's just a lot of things. It starts with Marta inside. I mean, she's one of the best post players in the country, and very skilled, moves really well. You know, you try to double her, she can find open guys. It's just a very difficult guard. You know, we went over there, we shot very bad. I think it was actually our worst shooting night of the year. Played okay defensively up until the fourth quarter, and then they did what great teams do, and they went on a run there, and we didn't respond very well. So responded much better. Obviously last night, coming from behind from a deficit, so it'll just be, you know, trying to get back refocused, which we'll do today, obviously, and work toward, you know, knowing that Wingate's coming in here. They know what's at stake. We know what's at stake. I mean, it's going to be a great environment. It's our last game of the year, last home game of the year, and I'm sure both teams are going to come in fired up and prepared and ready to go. But we know it's going to be a challenge, and we'll try to do the best we can on Saturday.
It's really interesting, the dynamic between the two teams. In terms of scoring margin, you win by about 30 per night. They've won a lot of games and not necessarily blowing teams out, but it's a win pretty much night in, night out. What's the key? What's the one stat category that might turn this game on its head?
For us, we got to be able to score. You know, obviously, not that they really want to slow it down, but that's just the way they play. They're very good defensively, best defensive team in our league. You know, they're not really concerned about anything but winning. Obviously, we like to get tempo up. We like to score a lot of points. Margin of victory is what it is. You know, it just happens that we've had a huge margin of victory a lot this year. But, you know, Wingate, I appreciate their style. Their style is win basketball games. It doesn't matter if you win them by 2 points or if you win them by 12 points, and that's what they do is they win. What's going to be the kicker? I don't know. I mean, I don't think the tempo is really going to get too fast, to be honest with you. I think it's just going to be about who can defend in the half court better. Obviously, who can put the ball in the basket. Those are simple terms, but honestly, that's what it's going to come down to. At their place, you know, we had held them to, 38 points or whatever it was through three quarters. And it's going to take another effort like that on Saturday. But then you can't give up that 33-point fourth quarter. That's the one thing that Wingate does really well. Teams will be right there with them up until that fourth quarter, and then they just go on that patented run in the fourth quarter, and that's where they get a lot of people. And if we want to beat them on Saturday, we can't allow that to happen.
Saturday is also senior day. You get 5 players that you get an opportunity to honor there on Saturday. What has this senior class meant to you?
Well, first and foremost, they've won a lot of games and all that kind of stuff, but I think just the culture that they've brought, you know, to our program, it was very rough going a little bit there at the very beginning, and then we decided we need to go out and get just the higher character kids, kids that took their academics a little bit more serious, that were also good basketball players. And so, you know, not naming them, but all these guys, we've got actually 5 of them that will honor. Hodge hadn't been with us because of a career-ending injury, but they've just been great to coach. They've been great for our program. They've led by example on and off the floor, and it's going to be really hard to replace them. They're not our leading scorers, but they're glue guys for the most part, and they're unselfish in everything that they do. And so as we start the season next year, there's going to be a huge void on our basketball program not having, you know, those culture guys and those glue guys playing for us.
We talked about it a little bit the other night in terms of how the tournament play has basically started for you. From here on out, it's basically elimination from here on out. Having that senior class that has kind of been in this situation before, what do you hope to see from them to kind of lead the younger group?
Well, I mean, we know what we want to try to accomplish, and you take the setback on Wednesday, you throw it out the door, and you know that you can become a regular season champ. You're already guaranteed a home game on Wednesday. You almost know who you're going to play if you're the 1 seed or the 2 seed. We already know basically that we're going to be in the NCAA tournament. Obviously, if we'd like to be the 1 seed or the 2 seed, one would be ideal. And I just think that we've got experience, but we don't have that NCAA tournament experience. We don't have the experience of getting to the semis all that much. So in a way, we're kind of still inexperienced, but it's just something we've been preaching is that meaningful game in late February, and you can't get more meaningful than the one that we have on Saturday. Now, with it being senior day, there's a lot going on. I just hope for those guys that they're mature enough to put all that stuff aside, because we're facing a very good basketball team, the top 20 team in the country, really. And so could be a glorious day, and that's what we're hoping for. But obviously, when you tee it up, there's a chance of losing. But I hope our guys will be ready to rock and roll, and we'll play really hard to try and take it to Wingate.
Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck Saturday.
Thank you, Michael.
He's Carson-Newman women's basketball coach Mike Mincey. I'm Michael Watring, and this is the Eagle Sports Network.